No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Set 50, plant.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 17 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Yeah,
like an egg underhand, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. Johnson, the intended target.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Look at me. Go back.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And he gets it down to the 32. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down now, it's Lindsay, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos push further out in front. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go to the fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Knickers. Knickers. Seventy-seven.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Now, this is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 32-yard line.
Watch twist.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Here we go. 180.
No gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
Deuce.
On third down, here's Samuels. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay? Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, 48 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
At the 28-yard line.
Here we go, set, 60 outlaw. Quit talking about it and bring it. Get it.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Being chased out left. Letting one go deep for the... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, it's Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Clock 80! 20 seconds. Hey, alert! Switch gears. Flag, 1 second.
On third down, it's Connor. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
Set up. 10 Lobo. 5. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
I'm coming, baby. Hey, Alpha.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Locke going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Locke to throw for it on 4th. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Roethlisberger will throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Running right, this is Freeman. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready. 98. Watch 98. 98 for Mike. No chance. Let's go.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Buying time to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Push him back.
Blocked again here on 2nd and 10. Open man here is Hamilton. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They look to throw. It's Locke. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton. 29 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give them a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Jack 16.
Mike 51. Mike 51. All day, baby. All day.
Go! Watch the edge.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Alert! 51.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On third down, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team is playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get in the weight room.
Now it's Lindsey. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 14 yards there, and a Denver 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You're out.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. Clock going to go on 4th down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll wind up losing 11 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Jordan Berry now. On, we think, to punt, though he's... And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Ready? Watch 98. 98's the mic. Let's go.
Play action. Now it's locked. He'll buy some time right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Clock now to throw. This is the tight end Fant. A gain there of 21 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
18 Gator. Watch the run.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, now. Block 80! 51. Come up the ball. Block it.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Alert, alert.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
You better bring.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A former 1st-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Black 20. 51. Hey, check. 50.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements.
And now here is another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
In your face.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go,
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
You draw quarters. No. Go, 12, go.
Gone. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. Touchdown, LA! Robert Woods, 72 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the counter, Lindsay. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Freeman. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. And that is incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, 59 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Looking again in the direction of Woods, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. It's a give to Freeman running right. And some room to roam now. Muscles by at the... There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Royce Freeman, an even 90 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. On 1st and 10, Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Again, Goff. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Natson. Almost out-kicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks. As the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Yo, faster.
From the gun, it's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
132 fighter.
Now Locke throwing on second down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready. Get ready. Ready, ready. 50, plant. Check, check. 154, 154. All deck. Go.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Got it. Hey, pick your game up. Shift, shift. Switch it, switch it. Go on, go on. Topper, get it.
Another run by Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready. 58. 58 to Mike. Get your swarm. Ready.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Broncos.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Central West.
Locke off of play action. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. On first down, Freeman down right around the 25. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey, that is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player is just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
He has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Goff now looking to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Now Zerline on and the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Block now on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Go.
Block will try again on 2nd down. This is the tight end Fant. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bryce Hager came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
60 outlaw. Let him know. Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now Natson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Coming to you.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Gurley. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Again they run with Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Hey, dude. Snap.
To throw his line. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. Now Locke. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. So that one hurt. No timeouts left. Look at where the ball is on the field, Charles. I don't know if the fat lady's singing yet, but she's starting to hum a little bit, isn't she?
You think she's doing scales at this point? I don't think there's any doubt about it, but they had to go for it. In this situation, with their timeout situation as well, they had to take the chance, try and get it done. They didn't. Now they're powerless to stop them, essentially.
They need a big play somehow from their defense. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that